Ever caught yourself lying awake, convinced that today's stress is quietly planting the seeds of tomorrow's cancer? You're not alone. And here's the surprising part. The biggest studies we have say chronic worry itself probably isn't turning healthy cells rogue. Wild, right? Today we're walking through a doctor's office, a packed cubicle farm, and yes, that 1 a.m. Google rabbit hole to see what stress is and isn't doing inside your body. Picture this. Two friends leave, both are jittery. One lights another cigarette just to take the edge off. The other texts a buddy and finally books a therapy session. Same emotion, totally different ripple effects. Hold on to that image. It's the key to the whole episode. First, let's pull the camera back. Researchers now have colossal data sets. Think hundreds of thousands of people followed for years. They're not looking for dramatic movie moments. They're quietly logging commutes, skipped workouts, late-night emails, and yes, the moods and worries that tag along. Then they ask, who actually develops cancer? Who doesn't? After crunching all that data, one headline keeps flashing. Feelings of stress or loneliness don't directly rewrite your DNA. Instead, the story unfolds in the footnotes of everyday life. Tiny nudges that steer habits, appointments, and attention. Here's a quick mental picture. Your day is a long, busy hallway lined with doors. Go for a walk, cook a decent meal, open that letter from the clinic, call a friend who'll bug you about the weird mole on your arm. When you're exhausted or overwhelmed, those doors don't vanish, they just feel heavier. You can still open them, but you're more likely to shuffle past and mutter, later. Across hundreds of thousands of people, later adds up. It becomes mammograms bumped twice, blood in the toilet you decide to watch, sunscreen forgotten on most weekends. No single skipped step is dramatic, but epidemiologists see the fingerprints. Cancers showing up at tougher-to-treat stages, even though the total number of diagnoses doesn't climb. This is why those modest links between stress and cancer often vanish once researchers control for smoking, alcohol, and inactivity. The aha moment? The leverage points aren't buried in your personality. They sit at practical junctions. 1. Can you say no at work and take a walk? 2. Does someone notice if you ghost social plans? 3. Is your healthcare system painless or painful when it comes to screening? So the best anti-cancer moves while you're under strain can look almost boring. Automatic appointment reminders, walking with a neighbor 3 times a week, no cigarettes in the house, buddy system blood tests. The feelings deserve their own care, absolutely, but their long-term health impact mostly travels through these repeatable actions, not through some hidden biological boogeyman. Think of it like a household budget. Your bank balance could be fine, but every drained evening you tap order takeout or skip checking the bills. Tiny leaks. Over the years, those leaks, not the moment of feeling wiped, decide whether you can pay for a blown tire or last-minute flight. Health-wise, those expenses are vaccines, screening tests, follow-up scans. Timing matters. Catching problems early often turns big, scary treatments into small, quick ones. Stress doesn't invent the tumor, but it can tilt the clock. Who arrives early when treatment is simple, and who shows up late when options shrink? That insight has researchers shifting questions from, are you distressed? To, what gets harder when you're distressed? Imagine a city's transit map. The routes exist, but frequent, reliable buses decide who actually reaches the clinic, park, or grocery store. Policy can do the same. Flexible appointments, protected time off, straightforward forms. When life gets stormy, the essentials still happen by default. So the question flips from, am I doomed? To, what levers can I pull? Treat stress like a weather report. Not your fault, but a cue to adjust plans. Reschedule screening. Ask for lighter shifts. Share worries early. Small upfront tweaks can safeguard the future life you haven't lived yet. Before next week, try this quick audit. How do I manage stress right now? Sleep, exercise, friends, boundaries? And which habits would I keep even if they had zero effect on cancer risk because they lift my mood? When I think cancer prevention, am I obsessing over vague stress while ignoring concrete wins like not smoking, moderating alcohol, getting screened, staying active, eating mostly plants? Pick one to tighten up this week. Next time I fear a bad day is causing cancer, what science-backed self-talk can I swap in? Maybe, hard days don't give me cancer. They remind me to rest, move, or phone a friend. So here's what we covered today. 1. Giant studies say stress itself isn't an invisible cancer trigger. 2. The real action happens in the habits that grow around stress: skipped walks, delayed screenings, extra drinks, or smokes. 3. Practical fixes, reminders, buddy systems, simpler clinic logistics beat abstract worry every time. 4. Timing matters. Catching problems early often turns big, scary treatments into small, quick ones. 5. You're not powerless. You've got levers, behavioral, social, even policy level, to pull starting today. Take a breath and let that sink in. Your mood still matters, but mostly because it can tilt the hallway doors toward or away from healthy actions. Keep the doors light. Put systems in place before stress hits, and future you will thank present you big time. Thanks for listening. If this episode sparked an idea, share it with a friend who might need that nudge. Until next time, stay curious, stay proactive, and remember, stress may storm overhead, but you still hold the umbrella.